And good morning. How's everybody doing over in Facebook land, I guess you could say, or YouTube land? Either way, hey, thanks for joining me this morning. Hopefully you've had a great morning. Make sure my levels were good. Yep, we're good. Hopefully you've had a great morning. And the weather was just really nice this morning. We're very comfortable outside. Lately we've had really nice, comfortable mornings, but pretty warm afternoons, and we will continue to have pretty warm afternoons out there. Okay, let me get in here myself, and that way I can kind of talk to you guys. Yeah, hey, we already have some folks here. Hola, how are you doing, Chivo? Nice to see you. Let me turn down my volume a bit. Bernard, how are you doing? And Brad, how are you doing? Thanks for joining me. We've got a lot of folks on here this morning, which is great. Okay, we've got a lot to talk about. We're going to talk about how long this really nice weather is going to last. One thing that I'm going to just tell you right off the bat, you're going to be surprised if you haven't been watching me already over the last several days. It is going to be hot this weekend. I'll tell you how hot. And of course, we've got Delta. Delta is really ramping up again out there in the Gulf of Mexico. So let's take a look out there. Let's see. Yeah, there we go. That's the one I want. Okay, temperature right now, 77 degrees. We've got 76 degrees out at Calaveras Lake. Look at those blue skies. Really nice, right? Beautiful out there. Temperature this morning. If you went walking or you had somewhere to go this morning, you don't need me to tell you that it was pretty chilly out there this morning. We hit a low of 60 in the city, so not too bad. Actually, not bad. But in the hill country, northern Bexar County, even locations to the south and east, all the way around Bexar County, temperatures all in the 50s. 59 degrees, New Braunfels this morning, Pleasanton 56, Hondo 54. Matter of fact, look at Kerrville. Yeah, 49 degrees this morning. A little chilly out there in Kerrville, but we've bounced off of those lows. Really nice outside. We've got mostly clear conditions. Temperature right now, 77 degrees. Kerrville's at 72. Floresville at 78. And you'll notice with the Gulf influence here, Victoria is at 81, Port Lavaca is 82, and Port Aransas coming in at about 80. Let me answer a few questions if we've got them. Hey, Ray, how are you? Hey, tell everybody out there in Uvalde, I said hi. I need to go out to Gardner State Park. Beautiful state park out there. Of course, all of Uvalde County is really, really great. Let's see, how are you? Ruben, good morning. How are you doing? And it says, hey, hi from beauty school. I guess that's Adalberto. Hey, how are you doing this morning? And Chivo, we're going to get, are we going to do the rain dance? Well, you know what? We may have to. This pattern, this kind of La Nina pattern that we're in, very unconducive as far as rainfall is concerned. I mean, it's just not a good pattern for us. Now, if you like nice weather, who doesn't? Well, this is the pattern for you, but that aquifer is really starting to drop off again. We'll take a look at that here in just a second. And Doug, hey, tell everybody down there in Victoria I said hi. And you know what, Doug, that kind of leads me into what's going on in the Gulf of Mexico, into Delta. Victoria, we don't want anything to do with Delta down there in the Gulf of Mexico. By the way, you can see some clouds there. Do you see the clouds kind of increasing to the south and east there? I think we'll end up here in Bexar County, we'll end up having partly cloudy skies. And if you're watching from way out west, Uvalde and westward, you may end up just kind of sunny all day long out there. So let me take that off because we don't want that. Okay, let me go there. Now, let's go ahead and let's take a look out in the Gulf of Mexico. This is the latest. This is a 2-hour lap of the visible satellite imagery out there in the Gulf of Mexico. Can you notice something? It looks like I got a little glare on my monitor, but it looks like we've got a little eye developing, a pretty nice feature there. And I want you to notice everything kind of, if you look at the upper level winds, they're kind of around in a ridge of high pressure like that. It's a very healthy situation. I don't see a lot of wind shear. It does look like the hurricane is kind of elongated a little bit, so there is some wind shear, but most of that is going the same direction that that Delta is headed. And now rain already spreading all through Louisiana. So your next question is, well, where is the hurricane headed? This is what I think is going to happen. First of all, I want to show you the overall pattern, okay, and then we'll get back to Delta. So just kind of bear with me. Now, you see that little U feature there? I'm not sure if you can make that out there across the state of Texas. Right in through here. Yeah, right there. That is what's going to help to protect us here in South Texas. That's why Delta is not coming to South Texas. We'd love to see some rain, but I don't think we want any part of Delta. There's going to be a lot of damage with this hurricane. But that's one of the reasons why it's going north, okay? Now, I'm going to go beyond the next couple of days. I want to show you something. Delta is going to hit Louisiana, southwest Louisiana, unfortunately. But you see the upside down U feature now. That's the opposite. That's an upper level ridge. So in the wake of Delta, we're going to have literally kind of sinking air. Plus, we'll have a little bit of a southwesterly wind. Well, that's a combination for hot temperatures, and I don't want to give it away. I'm going to save that for the 7-day, but I think it's going to be pretty hot. You may be surprised at how hot I think it's going to get. Okay, so as we head through the next several days into next week, watch what happens by the end of the week. Another one of those troughs across the eastern part of the country. And if you've been watching me for long enough, you know exactly what that means. That means a northwest flow aloft, pretty much lots of sunshine, very bad if you want rainfall, and temperatures close to normal. So I guess we'll take it. Nice weather is going to continue. There is going to be a little frontal boundary. You see that coming in? This is a long way out, but Saturday into Sunday into next weekend, that's really our next hope for rain. I've got a 20% chance of showers for tomorrow, but that's not going to do really anybody any good. I'm not really looking at a really good chance for rain. This is another way to look at what I was talking about. You've got that trough across Texas. Can you see the wind movement there? Almost like a U-shaped feature right there, okay? So you got that across the state. This is a 48-hour loop. Here comes our hurricane coming across here. And you see that little circle over there by Florida? That's an upper level ridge of high pressure, okay? And over around Texas, that's the trough. So you could almost draw a line just straight up and down right into Louisiana. I think it's going to just zip it right on into the state, even though the motion now is out of the northwest. It's going to do a little hooking pattern. So let's take a look here. Here we go. Eye on the tropics. Here we go. All right, this is the latest. This is the 10 o'clock observation. Winds at 105 miles per hour, moving northwest at about 14. Bam. And, you know, one thing that's interesting, when this hurricane came across the Yucatan, boy, before it hit the Yucatan, it was had a very small eye, very compact system. On the other side of the Yucatan, because it had to gain more momentum, well, it lost that really tiny eye and kind of gained a bigger kind of structure. So this is going to be a big structured, large-scale kind of a hurricane, and that means that winds, won't be as strong as Laura. It won't get up that high, but the winds, wherever they do come into Louisiana, they're going to affect a greater area, I think, when it does make landfall there into Louisiana. Before we get to the track, let me talk to some more folks here. Let's see. Hey, Rob, how are you doing? I do remember that. Yes, I do. And let's say, Ashley, when and where is Delta going to hit? That's the next question. That's what I'm going to be answering here in just a second. And Vicki, again, tell everybody over there in Victoria said hi. And Terry, I'm sorry, man. Ma'am, I just don't see much of a chance for rainfall. Okay. All right, let's take a look here. This is what's going on now. Category 2 hurricane, pretty large scope hurricane. Going to continue to move off to the north and west. Not much of a change until about this evening. Late tonight, should start to make a move to the north. Now, if you'd been watching me earlier in the week, I said, hey, we're going to have a hurricane in the Gulf of Mexico. It's going to look like it's headed right for Texas, and then it's going to change course and going to move to the north. And sure enough, this one is. National Hurricane Center has this going to a Category 3, which I think is about right. You know, I don't think there's any way that this will become a 4 or 5, but definitely a Category 3 makes a lot of sense. Now, let's zoom in here if we can. We can't, but anyway, one thing that's really interesting about this is I've got a dozen computer models. Underneath that red line is the track from the National Hurricane Center. I've got a dozen computer models, and look at how closely packed they are. So this is not going to stray, Delta's not going to stray very far from this track, I don't think. The models kind of go a little bit back and forth, but I think Eastern Cameron Parish makes a lot of sense, okay? So if it hits there, it'll zip just to the east of Lake Charles, over towards Jennings, if you know anything about southwest Louisiana. But I've got some friends in Lake Charles. That's why I talk about Lake Charles. I did the weather over there. I was a chief there for about four and a half years. Anyway, real briefly, they say that as far as you can see, You know, the Hurricane Laura hit in August, but as far as you can see on the rooftops, they've got those blue temporary tarps, okay, just all over the place. They say they've got a homeless problem. There's some people that are without homes. All these businesses and homes are just completely damaged. Hadn't even started school yet, and now they got this next hurricane. It's not going to be a direct hit, it doesn't look like, but I think winds in Lake Charles would be easily 60, 70 miles per hour with gusts to about 85. And that's the last thing they need with all kinds of rain on top of that. So really bad situation for those poor folks over there in southwest Louisiana. And for us, what does that mean? Well, let's get to that. This is our forecast and what it means for us. I'm going to start off with the weekend. Da-da-da-da. Here's what I was kind of holding back from you. And I've been pointing to this for the last several days, and I think it's going to happen. I think our records, by the way, are 96 on Saturday and 96 on Sunday. We hit 96, believe it or not. I think it was last year on the date. And then the other 96-degree record for Sunday is from a long time ago. I think it's 1928, something like that, but it's been a long time. So this is from the European model. European model says 96 on Saturday. Yes, 96. I'm telling you, it's going to be an August-like weekend, and the European says 100 degrees for Sunday. Probably not quite 100, but I do think it'll be about 96, 97 on Saturday and about 98, 99 on Sunday. So that'll kind of, if you've been missing August, if you've been missing the really hot weather, I don't know who has, but if you have, well, then this weekend is going to be for you. You're going to love this weekend. All right, let's take a look at forecast for the rest of the day today. Temperatures, I think today will warm up to around 90. Computer model says about 89. It's been running a little cool. I'm going to go with 90. Partly cloudy skies. Can you see the clouds kind of wrapping in around Delta? And then tomorrow morning, it's going to be interesting. This morning we were in the upper 40s, 50s, around 60 degrees. Tomorrow morning is going to be completely different. I think in the city we'll be in the upper 60s. It's going to be a little bit more humid from some of the motion around Delta coming around. And so we'll have partly cloudy skies. And I wouldn't be surprised. I think this is the RPM model, by the way. I think it's kind of overdoing it. Can you see the rain there across South Texas? I think it's overdoing it a bit, but I think we're going to be moisture. We're going to have a lot more moisture tomorrow. I think it's going to be a little bit more unstable. And so with the heating of the day, wouldn't be surprised if we didn't have a few isolated showers develop. I'm going to go with a 20% chance. And don't get excited because you won't have much rain in your backyard, even if you do get lucky. But I think that's about right. High temperatures 89, close to 90 for your high on Friday. And then as we head into Saturday, we may start off with some cloud cover. But as Delta moves out of the way, boy, our temperatures are just going to soar. See those arrows out of the south and west? This computer model says 95, but I think 96. We definitely can do that. No problem. So let's take a look at the 7-day. This is what I think is going to happen today. We'll have partly cloudy skies out there this afternoon, highs around 90. And I think for tomorrow, we'll see maybe that isolated shower. Don't count on it. 89 for a high under partly cloudy skies. And then Saturday, again, we may start off with some clouds, but we'll end up with lots of sun, high at about 97. Winds fairly light. Sunday, a little bit more wind, but high temperatures 99 degrees on Sunday with lots of sun. And on Monday, cold front comes through. Still a pretty warm day Monday, but Tuesday and Wednesday, lows close to 60, lower 60s, highs in the middle 80s, closer to what we should have for this time of the year. All right, my Facebook thing closed. I ought to answered a few more questions or whatever. But anyway, that's the way I see it. And so this time of the year, again, I've been saying this for the last couple of weeks. Matter of fact, I think I did say pretty much for South Texas, our hurricane season is over. It's just so hard to bring in a tropical system in October here into South Texas, and definitely Delta's not coming to South Texas. And I think the upper level winds and the way the pattern is set up, it's going to be extremely difficult. Now, chance is not zero, but it's going to be extremely difficult to bring any kind of tropical system here into South Texas. So for rain, we can't count on that, that is for sure. But hopefully we will see some more rain. I think we could go for the next couple of weeks with less than a half an inch, and that's bad news. That aquifer continues to drop off. I know I was going to show you the aquifer, but I didn't. But anyway, we're sitting just a little bit above 660. The 10-day average is 662, I think. So it's not going to take long if we keep this up for that aquifer to continue to drop off. You know what? I'm going to leave you on a pleasant note. It's going to be a really nice day today. Go out there and enjoy it. High around 90. Don't forget to watch noon, 4, 5, 6, and 10. And I will be here again tomorrow morning. All right, thanks for joining me, and I hope you have a great day.